In 2024, Indians lost 664 crore rupees in visa rejection. That's around $77 million lost.
US visa rejections for Indians are at an all time high. और चाहे आप स्टूडेंट हैं, वर्किंग प्रोफेशनल हैं, आप बहुत ही अच्छी से अच्छी जॉब करते हैं या फिर आपका कितना ही बड़ा बिजनेस क्यों ना हो, you my friend are still liable to those rejections. You see, these passports and visas, these did not even exist 100 years ago. वर्ल्ड वॉर वन के बाद 1920 में पासपोर्ट्स वीज़ाज प्रोमिनेंट हुए, पॉपुलर हुए। उससे पहले अगर आपको कहीं भी जाना होता था, whether it's the US, Canada, UK, you could have visited without a visa. You wouldn't have needed one at all. Over the years, these visas have become a showstopper for the poor. These visas are used to discriminate between who can and cannot visit particular countries. And guess what? The best part, if your visa gets rejected, the adjudicating officer does not even have to give you a reason. Many times, you wait for a date for 1 or 2 years, you get a visa appointment. After 2 years, you basically go to the visa appointment. 30 seconds, literally, the officer is rejecting your case और उन्हें आपको clarification ही नहीं देना है कि वो क्यों reject कर रहे हैं. Clarification देते हुए तो एक ही slip पकड़ा देंगे 214V का, which basically means कि उन्हें लगता है आप वहाँ पर जाकर के settle हो जाएंगे. और ये चाहे फिर lack of finances की वजह से हो या फिर आपका brother, आपकी sister कोई वहाँ पर रहते हो US में, किसी भी चीज को हम चाहें तो इसी में मोल्ड करके बेसिकली एक ही रिजेक्शन दे दिया जाता है. इन 2024 itself, did you know the Indians lost 662 crore rupees? That's money that India has never seen back, and this was money invested to get visas. अभी चाहे यूएस का वीजा लगवाने के लिए हो या दुबई, कहीं का भी, बट एट द एंड ऑफ द डे आप देखेंगे तो ये जो वीजा प्रोसेसिंग की फी होती है ये नॉन रिफंडेबल होती है. फी जाती भी उनकी गवर्नमेंट्स को है और हमें कुछ रिटर्न भी नहीं मिलता है और 30 सेकंड में हमारा वीजा रिजेक्ट कर दिया जाता है आफ्टर वेटिंग फॉर हंड्रेड्स ऑफ डेज बिफोर वी एक्चुअली शो अप एट आवर अपॉइंटमेंट. दीज आर नॉट जस्ट visas rejected, these are business plans crushed, study opportunities lost, and family vacations cancelled. Amongst this discrimination that is used to keep out certain kinds of people out of the countries that they wish to visit, these visas are also discriminating against certain groups or countries. One of them, as you might have guessed, is India. You see, the first thing when you want to apply for a US visa is that it takes more than 400 days. 400 days for you to get an appointment for a US visa. Now, we personally monitored 24/7 and we were able to many times get appointments early. And I was able to get my appointment for maybe 4 or 5 months down the line only. And I got my visa in 6 months. But imagine this, my girlfriend, who's a Dutch passport holder, she was able to get the same visa in 1 hour. There's a particular route for these countries called as ESTA, जिससे कि बेसिकली इन लोगों को सिर्फ एक फॉर्म भरना होता है ऑनलाइन जा करके. हम लोग तो फॉर्म भी भरते हैं, अपॉइंटमेंट भी लेते हैं, बहुत कुछ करते हैं, फ़ी भी हमारी डबल ट्रिपल होती है. बट उसके बाद भी जा करके बेसिकली जहाँ हमारे को 30 सेकंड्स मिलते हैं, मैं देख रहा था जो मेरी लाइन में जितने लोगों के इंटरव्यू हो रहे थे, हार्डली किसी एक आदमी को मिल रहा था वीज़ा 3 में से. सो एज यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड, सर्टन कंट्रीज आर गिवन ईजी एक्सेस, सर्टन वंस आर नॉट. इनफैक्ट इंडिया के लिए हर एक कंट्री का वीज़ा लेना मुश्किल से मुश्किल होते जा रहा है, डिनाइल रेट्स ऊपर होते जा रहे हैं और इसका रीज़न मैं आपको बताने वाला हूँ वीडियो के एंड में. बट इसका रिजल्ट क्या होता है? दैट ग्रेजुएशन सेरेमनी ऑफ योर किड्स दैट यू कुडंट अटेंड should have gotten the visa in advance. Someone's best friends, parents or relatives who died and they could not spend their last moments with this person. Why? Just because they did not apply for the visa well in advance. Someone's study abroad plans postponed to the next year. Why? Because they just did not get an appointment to go ahead and present their case in front of a visa officer before these massive wait times. Visas alone have cost Indians many dreams. And one more point, by the way, it's not only the massive wait times. Remember, I also talked about rejections. Lack of funds, hey, you might go ahead, settle down in the US when you see that the jobs are great. Rejection. You have relatives in the US, they already know a pathway to stay in the US, you might also start staying with them. Rejection. Studying in a tier 2 university, well, why aren't you studying in your own country? Tuition might be lower in tier 2, but why are you basically going to the US? Are you looking for just a job? Or are you genuinely looking to study? Rejection. Unemployed person, in the US, you might start working illegal jobs. Rejection. You have past rejections, sometimes with just 1 or 2 questions. Just 1 or 2 questions. The visa officer will give you a rejection literally within less than 30 seconds. Getting those 30 seconds, that's something that costs you not only the fee for the visa, but also months and months of waiting. But then the US visa has its value. It has amazing value. Once you do get it, you can start traveling to multiple countries. Just because you have the US visa, did you know you can travel to multiple countries without actually having a visa from them? That is the power of the US visa, unfortunately. Let's look at the website of Henley and Partners, where they rank passports every single year. And the Indian passport over here, as you can see, is ranked this time for 2025 as the 80th. That means the world's fifth largest economy, and their passport is 80th rank. There's only 56 visa-free destinations that you can travel to, and almost any major destination that you see, US, Canada, Japan, you need a visa for. You can travel to countries like Kazakhstan, maybe you can go to Kenya, but at the end of the day, those are not the countries that we usually travel to. In fact, take a look at this one. Kosovo, a country that was officially formed in 2008, has a better passport ranking than India. Their passport is ranked 60th. With this particular country's passport, you can travel to 80 countries visa-free. Solution? Well, international relations need to be improved. But I feel that improving that comes from you and us. जब तक हम लोग इस चीज पे एक्शन नहीं लेंगे, तब तक गवर्नमेंट भी नहीं ले पाएगी. Let me show you an example. Did you know that so many Indians overstay in countries after getting this visa and then going to the US, Canada, Dubai, anywhere essentially, and they're overstaying even though their visa is expired? This illegal overstaying and settlement in other countries by Indians needs to stop, because this is the reason why other countries don't want us there.
India, which is a very big abuser,
they don't want us to come there as easily without getting a visa, and that's why they want to screen us before, to ensure that they only allow the cream of the cream Indians, the ones they know will not settle down in these countries but will come back to India. You can take a look at this news article. US declares India uncooperative as nearly 18,000 undocumented Indians face documentation. India was asked to identify some of these 18,000 people, and they took a little bit of time. There was a bit of a delay, and Trump literally labeled India as uncooperative. Later, just yesterday, at the time of making this video, 205 illegal Indians were deported from America. A plane came from Texas into Amritsar, literally on a military-grade plane. All these people, all these Indians came back. While it is great that India is cooperating now and accepting the people that are theirs, but at the end of the day, these are the people, these are the reasons essentially why other countries don't want us there as easily. And once we start fixing these habits of illegal overstaying, our reputation in the world will increase. You see, India has a lot of power. We have great engineers, great people, and great diversity. Many countries want to visit India, and PM Modi says we'll form a line of people to come to India, and they'll have to wait for years and years and months and months to get the Indian visa. While that is all great, but at the end of the day, Indians need to stop overstaying. That is the only way we solve this problem. Share this with the people who need to know. Subscribe to the channel for more such content, and let me know in the comments what you think of this video. Let me know your solutions, and I hope to see you in the next one.